The suspicious death of 2 individuals in the community of Coventry Hills is currently under investigation by the Calgary Police Service Homicide Unit. At approximately 10 a.m. on Monday, October 19th, 2015, police were called to check on the welfare of an individual in the 200 block of Coventry Close Northeast. Once inside, police discovered 2 women, one in her 50s and the other in her 20s, deceased in the residence. Autopsies are underway for both victims. The victims' identities and causes of death will be confirmed after the autopsy is complete. There is nothing to indicate this was a random incident, and the investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information about this incident is asked to contact police by calling the non-emergency line at 403-266-1234 or the Homicide Unit Tip Line at 403-428-8877. Tips can also be left anonymously by contacting Crime Stoppers. If you have any questions, I can take them now.
Can you disclose the relationship between the 2 parties?
That would be tough to do because we haven't confirmed the identities of the deceased.
Okay, so maybe I'll help you a little bit. We are told that it's a care provider relationship. Is that true?
We can't confirm that at this time because we haven't had the chance to confirm who the victims in the residence are. That'll happen at the autopsy.
Can you give the exact ages of the victims?
Again, it's tough to do that when we haven't confirmed their identities.
Do you have any suspects?
You know, it's very early in the investigation, so we're going through a number of investigative processes. We're talking to people in the community, family members, people who are familiar, friends and family of people potentially that may be involved, and they're being cooperative. But at this point, it's still too early, and we haven't had an opportunity yet to speak to everybody involved, because one of the main things holding us back is we haven't confirmed the identity of the people that were found deceased in the residence.
Who discovered the bodies?
You know, it came to police through a family friend that was concerned potentially about someone that was known in the residence, and that led to police investigating this as a check on welfare.
So that family friend is unable to confirm the identities of their friends?
Correct. Just the way the investigation has gone and how we preserve evidence and contain crime scenes, at this point we haven't had an opportunity to go through the proper investigative steps to identify who the victims are, who the deceased are.
So is this family friend, they were concerned about a third person that was living in the house?
I don't understand where you get the third person piece from.
How many people were living in the house?
You know, that's one of the things we have to confirm. We believe at this point we've accounted for potentially some of the people that were living in the house, but again, we don't know yet, and we can't confirm or account for everybody because we haven't had an opportunity to identify the deceased people in the home yet.
But there were more than just the 2 living in the home?
Again, that's part of the investigative process. It's very early in this investigation.
Were both bodies discovered inside the house or another area on the property?
Both bodies were discovered inside the house.
Were there signs of any sort of struggle or violence?
You know, I can't say. I wasn't in the residence, so, and again, that would probably, even if I knew it, may potentially, damage the investigation if I were to start talking about stuff like that.
You don't believe it was a random act, though, but you're still trying to identify the people involved. Is there something that you can divulge as to why people maybe in the neighborhood shouldn't be worried?
You know, we try not to, we want to make sure that the integrity of the investigation remains intact. And so there are processes we go through in every investigation to do that. And as part of these processes, we feel confident in saying this was not a random attack.